Hello, everyone. I wanted to come to you today and record a video. My kids are home today, so what is a mom to do but to escape to the bathroom to be able to be alone, have a little less noise, to be able to share something with you? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about family and some great ways. I think teaching our kids what's important is one of the greatest things that we can do. And I feel like if we're able to do some of the things I'm going to share with you with our family, we should be able to have that great practice to be able to share some of those great same things with other people. So I was reading an article today, and it was a way to connect with your kids, how to make them feel important, and also to share with them and give them a little guidance as well. So I'm going to kind of refer to my notes a little bit because I really want to make sure I hit all of these points with you and share with you how some of them can be implemented into your business as well. So create morning moments. This is a great time to connect with your kids, first thing in the morning. Create that positive energy, create something great for them to be able to start the day. I know sometimes you get so rushed and so behind, it feels like at some mornings, that the energy going out the door is not the kind of energy that I want to create and how I want them to start their day. So just having some moments to kind of, express love. If you have younger kids at home, this is really the first school year I haven't had that, but just, having some mommy and me moments. Maybe you are having your coffee and your child's having some milk, and you just sit down and read a book together or just spend a little time together. It's really important. And in your business, it's great to be able to do that too. Sit down in the morning and for yourself create what you want your day to be like. That may mean connecting in mindset, connecting to a great audio book, or just even taking a few moments to meditate and just center yourself. Snuggle cuddle time. Now, this may not be quite what you want to do with some of your online friends, but cuddle snuggle time is a great time to share, some love with your child. To spend some time reading a good book. I really feel like reading books is a very important thing. Maybe it's just catching, a small TV show, or for my daughters, we love to do puzzles or dress up, or one of our biggest things is tea parties. Those are a lot of fun too. Tell stories. You have a story to tell. With your kids, you can make up stories for them. We've got some great blocks that have little words, and we've done this. It's been so much fun that everybody gets a few blocks, and you use your blocks to tell a story. And we've each had fun telling our portion of the story. And sometimes they get pretty funny based on what we've rolled on the story dice. So make sure you are telling your story. And I'm going to be putting out some other stuff on telling your story, because that is something that is going to draw people to you. Telling stories is one of those things that allows people to connect with you. Your children are going to connect with you based on stories that you tell them about them or other people as well. Now, don't forget to ask for help. I find that asking for help, they usually fight me on it, but once we start working together and doing stuff, it goes pretty well and teaches them some responsibility too. But one of the great things I really love to do, and I usually don't get much resistance, is when I ask them to come help me cook in the kitchen. It's really important and fun to be able to connect. And don't lose sight of asking others for help as well. They'll see that as an option that it's okay for them to be able to ask for help if they need help with something. Sometimes you have to break the rules. I know today's Martin Luther King Day, so this is going to tell you when I shot this video. But everybody's posting about quotes from him and stuff like that. And I find that sometimes it's better to go against, zig while they zag, and the opposite. It sets you apart. It makes you a little different. And sometimes the rules, how people say you need to do things, are really not a way that's a great way to do it. So sometimes you need to go against something that you feel may not be right to be able to do that. Like we have a bedtime of 8:30 for our girls. Some nights we're a little lax. We take a time, we break the rule, sometimes on weekends, to be able to spend a little more time together. Maybe we're doing an activity that allows us to spend a little more time together, so we may break that rule. We're not talking about breaking the law, but breaking rules. Have fun at bedtime. This is one of the times, because my husband works outside of the home currently, it's kind of his time to be with our younger girls. And he will read a couple chapters. We get them on bed, tucked out. He puts on his little headlamp, so the lights are out, quiet. He puts on his headlamp and uses it to read a book to them, and usually a couple chapters a night with them. And it's kind of his, quiet time, calm down, and a great routine that he's created with them. Now, when he has to be out of the house, I will read, and even sometimes their older siblings have come in to read too. So it's a really great time to just kind of quiet down and connect and just have relaxed time with them, because life's so busy just going here and there and going everywhere that it's really great to have some relaxed time. This has got to be one of my favorite ones on this list, and that is get silly. There are so many times that we will tell jokes. We may, I sent out a cute little video where all the kids were singing a different rendition of, I think, Jingle Bells or something. And they were just being silly at the table. And so I find laughter is, kind of helps cure a lot of stuff that may be going on. It's just a great thing to do. And being able to let yourself be silly. I was working on practicing juggling, and I would drop the ball and my girls were laughing. So what? My son thinks that sometimes when I'm telling jokes and the way I am, he says, I tell my friends, Mom, you're less mature than I am because you're just so silly. And to me, that's a compliment. I want my kids to remember me being fun and being silly, don't you? And it's a great thing to do with other marketers too. Let loose, get silly. Now, this is a big one, the words we use. The words we use are really important. Our words can really take down someone's self-esteem really fast, or it can build it up a lot. So make sure you're using words like I love you and how proud you are of them. And I think I heard we say no like so many times over how many times we say yes. Find more ways to say yes in a way with your words, like I'm proud of you, rather than reprimanding them. Try to catch your kids doing something right. Make sure you're sharing with them what's so great about them. I think it's so important. And a great time to do that is when you're sharing a meal, I think that's so important too, is sharing a meal at least once or twice a week. Families are so on the go, so all over the place, so just so busy that they don't take time to connect. And what a great thing to do around the dinner table to create that unity at the dinner table of, what is great about you, and share something that's great about them around the dinner table. Share words that uplift rather than tear down. And that's a great thing that we can do with other marketers. I think it's great that when somebody else is having success, that we take time to praise them instead of be jealous or have those moments where, why not me? Praise them, uplift them. I'm going to tell you that goes a lot further than you being jealous of them, because other people see that you lift others up when they're having success. That's the type of person somebody wants to be around, don't you think? Last one that I have on this list. Certainly not probably the last thought that's great about this, but pay attention to the little things. I'm going to tell you, there have been days when my kids have come home and you can just tell when something's going on because they're just not acting like them. Pay attention to that, because that could be something that's going on. I love that sometimes when my girls don't talk to me, they talk to their older siblings. I want to create that love and connection between all of them so that they have the opportunity to feel like they have somebody to talk to. My older kids have, that's something that they've done a lot when something's going on. I mean, when they're saying, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, this happened at school today. Stop what you're doing and pay attention, because it may be a cry for help for them, or it may be something that's really concerning them. I'm going to tell you, my daughter came home and was talking about a friend of hers wanting to harm herself. She was clearly upset. And so I took time with her and, we talked about it. And I said, look, I don't necessarily need to say the person's name, but I think it's important we call a school counselor and at least make them aware, because I wasn't familiar enough with their parents. So, and there's something bothering your kids, help them, talk with them, come up with a solution. Same thing. Well, when you're having conversation with marketers as well, something they may say may be a clue as to what they really are looking for, what they're really needing help with. They may say, I need this, but what they really are looking for is something else. And so that's why it's so important to ask questions and not be in a way that I say, I'm looking for being able to just come back with an answer. Be listening so you can come back with a thoughtful answer. And of course, don't be afraid to say, I don't know. I'm a mom of 8. I don't know all the answers. I don't know how to deal with certain situations with family stuff, because I've not had to go through it. I've been pretty blessed. My kids, for the most part, stay out of trouble, don't do, some of the things that they shouldn't be doing. And that, comes from listening and paying attention. So make sure that you give some of your time. It doesn't have to be quantity time. It's all about quality time. So, my 5-year-old needs a lot more attention than my 22-year-old does. Well, he'll be 22 tomorrow. But it's not the same. So the quality time I spend with my 22-year-old is not the same as the way I'm going to spend quality time, which is going to be a little more quantity time as well with a 5-year-old. So take that into account when you're interacting with your teens and your younger kids. But don't say, because I have younger kids, I can't spend time with the older kids, because you really need to take some time to connect with them. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have questions, again, like I said, I don't know it all, but I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. And if you would like to know more stuff, I share marketing tips and tools, but I also share a lot of stuff about my family on my newsletter as well. So you can get that. Put in your name and email on my website at angelagurley.com. I look forward to connecting with you. If you want to send me a friend request, shoot me a message so I know where you're coming from. And I just love to connect with you. Have a great day.